needed for a part of the line which would at most be only used for 6 months in a year, so the project was prudently dropped. But the Peel-Godred station was at this time moved from the rather awkward temporary site at Holsborough Road to the better situated site at King Orry's Bridge. This was conveniently placed for those who wished to reach the shopping centre of the town, and since King Orry's Bridge provides the only access to the town from the Cronk Valley, it was an excellent railhead for those living in the area. Aldeburgh became the port for Peel-Godred, and the line enjoyed a moderate prosperity from 1890 to about 1923. The normal journey time between Peel-Godred and Aldeburgh was 1.5 hours for the 21 miles, but the line's special pride were its boat trains, run in conjunction with the Isle-of-Man steamers, and these, with only one stop at Ulfsted Road, did the journey in 1.25 hours. The usual load was 4 bogies, strengthened at busy times in summer to 6. Goods traffic developed mainly in the lower sections. The mountain section between Castlehowell and Peel-Godred was thinly populated, with being only one village, Ballymothy, which means the farm of the dog, between Ulfsted Road and Peel-Godred. In 1923, just after the grouping, the Peel-Godred Power Company, a subsidiary of the British Aluminium Company, obtained powers to build a dam and a hydroelectric plant a mile or 2 west of the town. The power company had at first considered using the Mid-Sodor and the port of Aldeburgh, but found the facilities at Aldeburgh inadequate. A further drawback was that the cuttings between Castlehowell and Ulfsted Road would, together with the tunnels, have to be opened out to give clearance for the bulky loads. They found it would be cheaper and more convenient to agree with the North Western Railway Company, who held powers to construct and build a branch to Cronk. This would give them outlets both in the west and on the east. We found something recently, something special.
We did, we found something a little bit special, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it a second and we'll get ready.
Now I wonder what it could be. Because at first I thought it could be the pilot, but no, we had the pilot recently, didn't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we did. And then I've been scratching ever since. I don't know what it is. This is all new to me. But the man, the magician, the wizard that is Luke Ryan is about to show us.
We've kept a tight lid on it. It's quite old, and I'll be honest, I never thought we would see it. Thought it was lost, been thought lost for about 20 years. But the thing in question is 70 years old, and now it is time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and guys, please, I'm going to need a countdown from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's safe to say a few of you might know what it is.
That he is. Gordon is definitely alive, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. So, another round of applause, please, for Gordon, the big engine!
This model was built 70 years ago by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry himself, and was last sighted fittingly in Barrow-in-Furness at a model railway show about 20 years ago. And we were very, very fortunate that he's been safe and sound and was rediscovered earlier this year, and we're so happy to finally share him with you. And if you are booked into the exhibition over the weekend, he'll be in there. You get to come and see him up close and personal. I think it's around 1 o'clock-ish, 1:30. There'll be a chance to see him down at the test track as well at Wharf for those who are booked into the exhibition as well. So everyone will get a chance to see Gordon. But now we are going into a break. We'll leave him there for anyone to get photos. But yeah, if you want
to crack on without further ado. So, your friend of mine, Daniel Long, has written me a little something to say to you all, and I'm going to read it to you now. So, in the same way that a short note from Wilbert is 4 pages long, Dan has kept this short. So, dear friends, that's how it's meant to start, isn't it? These narrations are most importantly thing handled at these Awdry weekends. Other people may disagree, but remember, they are wrong. These recordings are special. Wilbert Awdry, in his own words, in his own voice. There really is nothing quite like it. We thought that there was only one recording, Oliver the Western Engine. Found like a lost engine in the Awdry study. Imagine our delight when Richard Awdry produced a box that had been gathering dust in the corner of a room with 25 more tapes. A little team has formed around these narrations. The first two were by Dan. Well, Dan's not here, but I am very lucky, and so is Dan, to have such talented and wonderful friends. Jake has brought his musical wizardry, and James, who is upstairs tonight, has brought all his audio skills. So please raise the roof for James. To make Wilbert sound so much better than his home recording should. Now, all 4 books have been restored audio, and a beautiful score, so thank you to them both. I sometimes wonder what it must have been like to be there at the beginning. These stories were meant to be read out loud, to be heard, and in a moment you will hear Wilbert Awdry say, "Here is your friend, Thomas, the tank engine." And here it is, as Christopher would have heard it all those years ago, which I think you'll agree with me is quite important. So ladies and gentlemen, days and gays, I give you Thomas, the tank engine.
Reverend W. Awdry's Little Engines video right now.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out to the station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them, because you helped to make them. Your loving Dan. Story 1. Thomas and Gordon. Thomas was a tank engine who lived at a big station. He had 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy tail. He was a fussy little engine, always pulling coaches about. He pulled them to the station, ready for the big engines to take out on long journeys. And when trains came in and the people had got out, he would pull the empty coaches away, so that the big engines could go and rest. He was a cheeky little engine too. He thought no engine worked as hard as he did, so he used to play tricks on them. He liked best of all to come quietly beside a big engine dozing on a siding and make him jump. Beep beep, beep beep beep, wake up lazy bones, he would whistle. Why don't you on a car like me? Then he would laugh rudely and run away to find some more coaches. One day Gordon was resting on a siding. He was very tired. The big express he pulled had been late, and he had had to run as fast as he could to make up for lost time. He was just going to sleep when Thomas came up in his cheeky way. Wake up, lazy bones, he whistled. Do some hard work for a change. You can't catch me. He ran off, laughing. Instead of going to sleep again, Gordon thought how he could pay Thomas out. One morning, Thomas wouldn't wake up. His driver and fireman couldn't make him stop. His fire went out and there was not enough steam. It was nearly time for the express. The people were waiting. The coaches weren't ready. At last Thomas started. Oh dear, he yawned. Come on, said the coaches, hurry up. Thomas gave them a rude bump and started for the station. Don't stop dawdling, he grumbled. Where have you been? Where have you been? Asked the coaches crossly. Thomas first into the station where Gordon was waiting. Pooh, 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 hurry up, you, said Gordon crossly. Beep, 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 hurry yourself, said she to Thomas. Yes, said Gordon, I will. Almost before the coaches had stopped moving, Gordon came out of his siding and was coupled to the train. Pooh, pooh, he whistled, get in quickly, please. So the people got in quickly. The signal went down, clock struck the hour, the guard waved his green flag, and Gordon was ready to start. Thomas usually pushed behind the big trains to help them start, but he was always uncoupled first, so that when the train was running nicely, he could stop and go back. This time he was late, and Gordon started so quickly that they forgot to uncouple Thomas. Well, bloop, said Gordon. Beep, 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 whistled Thomas. Come on, puffed Gordon to the coaches. Pull harder, puffed Thomas to Gordon. The heavy train slowly began to move out of the station. The train went faster and faster, too fast for Thomas. He wanted to stop, but he couldn't. Beep, beep, stop, he whistled. Hurry, laughed Gordon in front. You can't get away, laughed the coaches. Poor Thomas was going faster than he ever gone before. He was out of breath and his wheels hurt him, but he had to go on. I shall never be the same again, he thought sadly. My wheels will be quite worn out. At last they stopped at a station. Everyone laughed to see Thomas puffing and panting behind. They uncoupled him, put him onto a turntable, and then he ran on a siding out of the way. Well, little Thomas, chuckled Gordon as he passed. Now you know what hard work means, don't you? Poor Thomas couldn't answer. He had no breath. He just puffed slowly away to rest and had a long breath. He went home very slowly and was careful afterwards never to be cheated to Gordon again. Story 2. Thomas's Train. All because he was not allowed to board passenger trains. The other engines laughed. You're too impatient, they said. You'll be sure to leave something behind. Rubbish, said Thomas crossly. You just wait, I'll show you. One night he and Henry were alone. Henry was ill. The men worked hard, but he didn't get better. Henry usually pulled the first train in the morning, and Thomas had to get his coaches ready. If Henry's ill, he thought, perhaps I shall pull his train. Thomas ran to find the coaches. Come along, he buzzed. There's plenty of time, grumbled the coaches. He took them to the platform and wanted to run round in front at once. His driver wouldn't let him. Don't be impatient, Thomas, he said. So Thomas waited and waited. People got in. The guard and station master walked up and down. The porters banged the door. And still Henry didn't come. Thomas got more and more excited every minute. The vet director came out of his office to see what was the matter. The guard and the station master told him about Henry. Find another engine in your... There's only Thomas, they said. You'll have to do it then, Thomas. Be quick now. So Thomas ran round to the front and back down on the coaches ready to start. Don't be impatient, said his driver. Wait till everything is ready. Thomas was too excited to listen to a word he said. What happened then, no one knows. Perhaps they forgot to couple Thomas to the train. Perhaps Thomas was too impatient to wait till they were ready, or perhaps his driver pulled the lever by mistake. Anyway, Thomas started. People shouted and waved at him, but he didn't stop. They're waving because I'm such a splendid engine, he thought importantly. Henry says it's hard to pull a train. I think it's easy. Hurry, 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 he barked, pretending to be like Gordon. As he passed the first signal box, he saw the men leaning out, waving and shouting. They're pleased to see me, he thought. They'd never seen me pulling a train before. It's nice of them to wave. And he whistled, beep, beep, thank you, and hurried on. He came to a signal at D. Bother, he thought, I must stop. I was going so nicely too. What a nuisance signals are. And he blew an angry beep, beep on his whistle. One of the signalmen ran up. Hello, Thomas, he said, what are you doing here? I'm pulling a train, said Thomas proudly. Can't you see? Where are your coaches then? Thomas looked back. Why, bless me, he said, if we hadn't left them behind. Yes, said the signalman, you better go back quickly and fetch them. Poor Thomas was so sad he nearly cried. Cheer up, said his driver. Let's go back quickly and try again. At the station, all the passengers were talking at once. They were telling the fat director, the station master, and the guard what a bad railway it was. But when Thomas came back and they saw how sad he was, they couldn't be cross. So they coupled him to the train. This time, he really pulled. But for a long time afterwards, the other engines laughed at Thomas and said, look, there's Thomas. He wanted to pull a train, but forgot about the coaches. Story 3, and the trucks. Thomas used to grumble in the shed at night. I'm tired of pushing coaches. I want to see the world. The others didn't take much notice. Thomas was a little engine with a long tongue. But one night Edward came to the shed. He was a kind little engine and felt sorry for Thomas. I've got some tracks to take home tomorrow, he told him. If you take them instead, I'll push coaches in the yard. Thank you, said Thomas. That will be done. So he asked the drivers next morning, and when they said yes, Thomas ran happily to find the tracks. The trucks are silly and noisy. They talk a lot and don't attend to what they're doing. They don't listen to their engine, and when he stops, they bump into each other screaming, ow, 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 whatever's happening. And I'm sorry to say, they're playing tricks on the engine who is not used to them. Edward knew all about trucks. He warned Thomas to be careful, but Thomas was too excited to listen. The shunter fastened the coupling, and the signal dropped. Thomas was ready. The guard blew his whistle. Beep, beep, answered Thomas. The coupling started on. The signal dropped. But the trucks weren't ready. Ow, 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 they screamed as their couplings tightened. Wait, Thomas, wait! But Thomas wouldn't wait. Come on, he bummed. The tracks grumbled slowly out of the side. What will they mind? Thomas was happy. Come along, he bowed. All right, don't fuss. All right, don't fuss, grumbled the trucks. They clattered through stations and rumbled over bridges. Thomas whistled beep beep and rushed through the tunnel in which Henry had been shut up. Then they came to the top of the hill where Gordon had stuck. Steady now, steady, warned the driver. Shut off steam and began to pull on the brake. We're stopping, called Thomas. No, 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 answers the truck. They bumped into each other. Go on, go on. Before his driver could stop them, they pushed Thomas down the hill and were rattling and laughing behind him. Poor Thomas tried hard to stop them from making him go too fast. Stop pushing, stop pushing, stop pushing, stop pushing, he hissed. But the trucks wouldn't stop. Go on, they giggled in their silly way. He was glad when they got to the bottom. Then he saw in front the place where they had to stop. Dear, what shall I do? They rattled to the station, and luckily the line was clear as they swerved into the goods yard. Ooh, groaned Thomas, as his brakes held fast and skidded along the rails. I must stop. And he shut his eyes tight. When he opened them, he saw he had stopped just in front of the bugs. There, watching, was the pet director. What are you doing here, Thomas? He asked sternly. Brought in with tracks, Thomas answered. Why did you come so fast? I didn't mean to. I was pushed, said Thomas sadly. Haven't you pulled trucks before? No. Then you will have to learn about trucks, little Thomas. They're silly things and must be kept in their place. After pushing them about here for a few weeks, you'll know almost as much about them as anyone. Then, you'll be a really useful engine. Thomas and the breakdown train. Every day, the fat director came to the station to catch his train. And he always said hello to Thomas. There were lots of trucks in the yard. Different ones came in every day. Thomas had to push and pull them into their right places. He worked hard. He knew now that he wasn't so clever as he had thought. Besides, the fat director had been kind to him. He wanted to learn all about trucks so as to be a really useful engineer. On a siding by themselves were some tracks that Thomas was told he mustn't touch. There was a small coach, some flat tracks, and two queer things his driver called cranes. That's the breakdown train, he said. When there's an accident, the workmen get into the coach, and the engine takes them quickly to help the hurt people and to clear and mend the line. Cranes are for lifting heavy things, like engines and coaches and trucks. One day Thomas was in the yard when he heard an engine whistling, "Help! Help!" And the goods train came rushing through, much too fast. The engine, a new one called James, was frightened. His brake blocks were on fire, and smoke and sparks streamed out on each side. "They're pushing me, they're pushing me, they're pushing me, they're pushing me," he panted. On, laughed the driver. Still whistling, "Help, help!" Poor James disappeared under a bridge. "I'd like to teach those trucks a lesson," said Thomas the tank engine. Presently a bell rang in the signal box, and a man came running. "James is off the line, the breakdown train, quickly," he shouted. So Thomas was coupled on, the workmen jumped into their coach, and off they went. Thomas worked his hardest. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," he barked. And this time he wasn't pretending to be like Gordon, he really meant it. One of those trucks and their tricks, he thought. I hope poor James isn't hurt. They found James on the tracks at a bend in the line. The brake van and the last few trucks were on the rails, but the front ones were piled in a heap. James was in a field with a cow looking at him, and his driver and fireman were feeling him all over to see if he was hurt. Never mind, James, they said. Wasn't your fault. 'Cause those wooden brakes they gave you. We always said they were no good. Thomas pushed the breakdown train alongside, and then he pulled the unhurt trucks out of the way. Oh dear, they groaned. Serves you right, puffed Thomas crossly. When the men put other trucks on the line, he pulled them away too. He was hard at work, puffing backwards and forwards all the afternoon. This'll teach you a lesson, this'll teach you a lesson, he told the trucks. And they answered, yes, it will, yes, it will, in a sad, groaning, creaky sort of voice. They left the broken trucks and mended the line. Then, with two cranes, they put James back on the road. He tried to move, but he couldn't, so Thomas helped him back to the shed. The fat director was waiting anxiously for them. Well, Thomas, he said kindly, I've heard all about it, and I'm very pleased. You're a really useful engine. James shall have some proper brakes and a new coat of paint. You shall have a branch line all to yourself. Oh, sir, said Thomas happily. Now Thomas is happy as can be. If a branch line all to himself, passed proudly backwards and forwards with two coaches all day. He's never lonely, because there's always some engine to talk to at the junction. Edward and Henry stop quite often and tell him the news. Gordon is always in a hurry and does not stop, but he never forgets to say boop boop to little Thomas. Thomas always whistles beep beep in return.
Dear friend, Sir Handel Brown is the owner of a little railway which goes to Skarloey and Renia. Skarloey means lake in the wood, and Renias means divided waterfall. They are beautiful places and lots of people visit them. The owner is very busy, so Mr. Peter Sam, the Pin Controller, manages the railway. The two engines, who are called Skarloey and Renias, grew old and tired, so the owner bought two of them. The stories tell you what happened. Story 1. Skarloey remembers. The Fat Controller had sent Edward to the works to be mended. Near the works, Edward noticed a narrow gauge engine standing in an open-sided shed. That's Skarloey, he thought. What's he doing there? He remembered Skarloey and his brother Renias, because in the old days he had often brought passengers who wanted to travel up to the lake in their little train. As the men at the works could not mend him at once, Edward asked them to put him on a siding close to Skarloey. Skarloey was pleased to see Edward. The owner has just bought two more engines, he said. He told me I was a very old engine and deserved a good rest. He gave me this shed so that I could see everything and not be lonely. But I am lonely all the same. I miss Renias very much. Yesterday, one of the new engines pushed him on a truck, and now he's gone to be mended. I wish I could be mended too, and full coaches again. Have your coaches got names? Asked Edward. Oh yes, there's Agnes, Ruth, Jemima, Lucy, and Beatrice. Agnes is proud. She has cushions for first-class passengers. She pities Ruth, Jemima and Lucy, who are third class with bare boards, but they all four sniff at Beatrice. Beatrice often smells of fish and cheap, but she is most important, said Scarlet Ernest. She has a little window through which the guard sells tickets. I sometimes leave the others behind, but I always take Beatrice. You must have tickets in the guard, you know. Of course, said Edward gravely. Phineas and I, continued Scarlet, used to take turns at pulling the train. We know everybody, and everybody knows us. We whistled to the people in the fields, at level crossings, and in lonely cottages and farms, and the people always waved to us. We loved passing the school playgrounds at break time, for then the children would always run over to the fence to watch us go by. The passengers wave because they think the children are waving to them, and we engines know better, of course, said Scarlet importantly. Yes, agreed Edward, we do indeed. And take your tourists to the lake. Then get ready to pull the train back. We enjoy the morning journey because then our friends from the villages come down to do their shopping. We whistle before every station. Beep, 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 look out! People are there ready. Where's Mrs. Lask? Asked the guard. She's coming. Beep, 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 we whistle. Mrs. Lask comes running onto the platform. We leave you behind one of these days, Mrs., laughs our driver. But we know he never will. We stop elsewhere, too, farm crossings and style, where paths lead to lonely houses. Phineas and I know all the places very well indeed, and our driver used to say that we would stop even if he didn't put on the brake. Sometimes on market day, Ruth, Jemima and Lucy were so full of people that the guard would allow third-class passengers to travel in ambulance. She didn't like that at all, and would grumble. First class coupé, third-class people. That made me cross. Shut up, I'd say, or I'll bump you. That soon stopped her rudeness to my friend. Just then some workmen came. We're going to mend you now, Edward, they said. Come along. Goodbye, Scarlet. Thank you for telling me about your railway. It's a lovely little line. It is, it is. Thank you for talking to me, Edward. You cheered me up. Goodbye. Scarlet watched Edward being taken back to the work. Then, shutting his eyes, he dozed in the warm afternoon sun. He smiled as he dozed, but he was dreaming, as old engines will, of happy days in the past. Story 2, Sir Handel. The new engines looked very smart. One was called Sir Handel, and the other Peter Sam. What a small shape, thought Sir Handel. This won't do at all. I think it's nice, said Peter Sam. Oh, grunted Sir Handel. What's that rubbish? Shh, said Peter Sam. That's Scarlet, the famous old engine. I'm sorry, Scarlet, he whispered. Sir Handel's upset now. He's quite nice, really. Scarlet felt sorry for Peter Sam. Now, Sir Handel, said the fireman next morning, we'll get you ready. I'm tired, he yawned. Let Peter Sam go. He'd love it. No, said the fireman. Owner's orders. You're first. Oh, well, said Sir Handel sulkily. I suppose I must. When his driver arrived, Sir Handel puffed away to fetch the coachee. Whatever next, he snorted. Those aren't coaches, they're cattle tracks. Oh, screamed Agnes, Ruth, Lucy, Jemima and Beatrice. What a horrid engine! It's not what I'm used to, clanked Sir Handel rebelliously, making for the station. He rolled to the platform just as Gordon. Hello, he said. Who are you? I'm Gordon. Who are you? I'm Sir Handel. Yes, I've heard of you. You're an express engine, I believe. So am I. But I'm used to bogey coaches, not these cattle trucks. Do you have bogey coaches? Oh, yes, I see you do. We must have a chat sometime. Sorry I can't stop. Must keep time, you know. And he puffed off, leaving Gordon at a loss for words. Come on now, come on now, come on down, he muttered. Cattle trucks, grumbled the coaches. We'll pay him out, we'll pay him out. Presently, they stopped at a station. The line curved here and began to climb. It was not very steep, but the day was misty and the rails were slippery. Hold back, whispered Agnes to Ruth. Hold back, whispered Ruth to Jemima. Hold back, whispered Jemima to Lucy. Hold back, whispered Lucy to Beatrice. And they giggled as Sir Handel started, their couplings tightened. Come on, he puffed as his wheels slipped on the greasy rails. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. His wheels were spinning, the coaches pulled him back. The train stopped on the hill beyond the station. I can't do it, he grumbled. I'm used to sensible bogey coaches, not these bumpy cattle tracks. The guard came up. I think the coaches are up to something, he told the driver. So they decided to bring the train down again to a level piece of land, to give Sir Handel a good start. The guard helped the fireman put sand on the rails, and Sir Handel made a tremendous effort. The coaches tried hard to drag him back, but he puffed and pulled so hard that they were soon over the top and away on their journey. The thin controller was severe with Sir Handel that night. You are a troublesome engine, he said. You are rude, conceited, and much too big for your wheels. Next time, I shall punish you severely. Sir Handel was impressed and behaved well for several days. Then one morning, he took the train to the top station. He was cross. It was Peter Sam's turn, but the thin controller had made him go instead. We'll leave the coaches, said his driver, and fetch some trucks from the choir. Trucks, snorted Sir Handel. Trucks. Yes, his driver repeated. Trucks. Sir Handel jerked forward. I won't, he muttered. So there. Lurched, bumped, and stopped. His driver and fireman got out. Told you, said Sir Handel triumphantly. Pushed the rails apart and settled down between them. They telephoned the thin controller. He came up at once with Peter Sam and brought some workmen in a truck. And he and the fireman took Peter Sam home with the coaches. The driver and workman put Sir Handel back on the rails. Sir Handel did not feel so pleased with himself when he crawled home and found the thin controller waiting for him. You are a very naughty engine, he said sternly. You will stay in the shed till I can trust you to behave. Story 3. Peter Sam and the refreshment lady. As Sir Handel was shut up, Peter Sam had to run the line. He was excited. The fireman found it hard to get him ready. Sober up, can't you, he growled. Anybody would think, said Sir Handel rudely, that he wanted to work. All respectable engines do, said Scarlet firmly. I wish I could work myself. Keep calm, Peter Sam. Don't get excited, and you'll do very well. Peter Sam was in such a state that he couldn't listen. When his driver came, Peter Sam ran along to fetch the coachee. Beep, 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 beep. Come on, girls, he whistled. Although he was so excited, he remembered to be careful. That's the way, my dears. Gently does it. What did he say? Asked Jemima, who was deaf. He said, come along, girls. And he called us his dears, but the other coaches. Really, one doesn't know what to think. Such a handsome young engine too, so nice and well-mannered. They tittered happily together as they followed Peter Sam. Peter Sam buzzed into the station to find Henry already there. This was Easter, said Henry. I can't be kept waiting. You are late tonight. Go off and leave your passengers behind. True, said Peter Sam. He was a little worried, but he couldn't feel well. What pantomimes he thought as he ran round his train. It all steam happily while he waited for the guard to blow his whistle and wave his green flag. Peter Sam puffed happily on, singing a little song. I'm Peter Sam, I'm running this line. Peter Sam, I'm running this line. People waved as he passed the farms and cottages, gave a loud whistle in the school. Children all ran to see him puffing by. Agnes, Ruth, Jemima, Lucy and Beatrice enjoyed themselves too. Cocky trot trot, cocky trot trot, nice trot trot. Cocky trot trot, nice trot trot. Growing very fond, Peter said. Every afternoon, they had to wait an hour at the station by the lake. The driver, fireman and the guard usually bought something from the refreshment lady and went and sat in Beatrice. The refreshment lady always came home on this train. Time passed slowly today for Peter Sam. Always came home on this train. At last his driver and fireman came. Beep, beep, beep! Hurry up, please, he whistled to the passengers. They came spurring back from the station. Beep, beep, beep. Peter Sam was sizzling with impatience. How awful, he thought. Could we miss Henry's train? Peter Sam was sizzling. Last passengers arrived. Guard was ready with his flag and whistle. The refreshment lady walked across the platform. Then it happened. Guard said Peter Sam was too impatient. Peter Sam says he was sure he heard a whistle. Anyway, he started. Come quickly, he puffed. Stop, 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 wailed the coachman. You've left her behind. You've left her behind. Guard whistled, waved his red flag. Driver, looking back, saw the refreshment lady shouting and running after the train. Bother, Peter Sam as he stopped. We'll miss Henry now. The refreshment lady climbed into Beatrice, and they started again. We're sure to be late, we're sure to be late, panted Peter Sam frantically. His driver had to keep checking him. Steady, old boy, steady. Beep, beep, Peter Sam whistled at the stations. Hurry, please, hurry. They reached the big station, just as Henry steamed in. Hurrah, said Peter Sam, we've caught him after all. Let off steam with relief. Whoosh! Not bad, youngster, said Henry loftily. Freshman lady shook her fist at Peter Sam. What do you mean by leaving me behind, she demanded. I'm sorry, refreshment lady, but I was worried about our passenger. And he told her what Henry had said. The refreshment lady laughed. You silly engine, she said. Henry wouldn't dare go. He's got to wait. It's a guaranteed connection. Well, said Peter Sam. Well, where's that Henry? Peter Sam was too late that time, for Henry had chortled away. The handle stayed shut up for several days. But one market day, Peter Sam couldn't work. He needed repairs. Sir Handel was glad to come. He tried to be kind, but the coaches didn't trust him. They were awkward and rude. He even sang them little songs, but it was no use. It was most unfortunate, too, that Sir Handel had to check suddenly to avoid running over a sheep. "He's bumped us," screamed the coaches. "Let's pay him out." The coaches knew that all engines must go carefully at a place near the big station. But they were so cross with Sir Handel that they didn't care what they did. They surged into Sir Handel, making him lurch off the line. Luckily, no one was hurt. Sir Handel looked at the ship. The bin controller inspected the damage. "No more work for you today," he said. "Bother those coaches. We must take the village people home, fetch the tourists, all without an engine." "What about me, sir?" said a voice. "Scarno," he exclaimed. "Can you do it?" "I'll try," answered the old engine.
Good luck.
The coaches stood at the platform. Scarno advanced on them, hissing crossly. "I'm ashamed of you," he scolded. "Such behaviour! You might have heard your passengers. On market day, too." "We're sorry, Scarno. We didn't think. It's that Sir Handel is—" "No tales," said Scarno firm. "I won't have it. Don't you dare try tricks on me." "No, Scarno. Of course not, Scarno," quavered the coaches meekly. Scarno might be old and have dirty paint, but he was certainly an engine who would stand no nonsense. His friends crowded round, and the guard had to shoo them away before they could start. Scarno felt happy. He remembered all the gates and stiles where he had to stop, whistled to his friend. Sun shone, rails were dry. This is lovely. Presently they began to climb, and he felt short of steam. "Bother my tubes," he panted. "Take your time, old boy," soothed his driver. I'll manage, he wheezed, pausing for breath at the station. He gallantly struggled along. After a rest at the top station, Scarno was ready to start. It'll be better downhill, he thought. The coaches ran nicely, but he soon began to feel tired again. His springs were weak, and the rail joints jarred his wheels. Then, with a crack, the front spring broke, and he stopped. "I feel all crooked," he complained. "That's torn," said his driver. "We'll need a bus now for our passengers." "No," pleaded Scarno. "I'd be ashamed to have a bus take my passengers. I'll get home all burst," he promised bravely. The fin controller looked at his watch and paced the platform. James and his train waited impatiently too. They heard a hoarse beep, 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 then groaning, clanging and clanking. Scarno crept into sight. He was tilted to one side and making fearful noise, but he plodded bravely on. "I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it," he gasped between clanks and groans. I've done it." And he sighed thankfully as the train stopped where James was waiting. James said nothing. He waited for his passengers, then respectfully puffed away. "You were right, sir," said Scarlowy to the owner that evening. "Old engines can't pull trains like young ones." The owner smiled. "They can if they're mended, old faithful," he said. "That's what will happen to you. You deserve it." "Oh, sir," said Scarlowy happily. Sir Handel is longing for Scarlowy to come back. He thinks Scarlowy is the best engine in the world. He does his fair share of the work now, and the coaches never play tricks on him, because he always manages them in Scarlowy's way.
I bet £0 you're gonna end up stopping halfway.
Dear him, we both wanted to call this book Little Western Engine, but publishers are stern men. They did not approve. They, of course, don't know the trouble we've had with Oliver. We hope he has learned sense. Goodness knows what will happen when he finds he has a book all to himself. I know. If Oliver gets off it, we'll set Messrs. K and Ward under him. That'll teach him. Double. Story 1. Donald's Duck. The Fat Controller has reopened a branch line. It runs along the coast by sandy beaches and seaside towns till it meets the small rail at a port to which big ships come. As Duck had made friends with the small railway engine, the Fat Controller asked him to take charge. "Your work in the yard has been good," he said kindly. "Would you like to have this branch line for your own?" "Yes, please, sir," said Duck. "Very well," said the Fat Controller. "I hope you will work hard and be a credit to me." Duck is very proud of his branch line, and he works very hard. His 2 coaches, Alice and Mirabelle, are painted in Great Western colours. They take passengers to the small railway. Duck also has some trucks in which he hauls away the ballast that the small engines bring down from their valley. The Fat Controller uses this ballast for his railway. Duck cannot do all the work himself, so Donald and Douglas take turns to help him. The Fat Controller has built them a shed at the station by the small railway. Duck felt his responsibility deep. He talked endlessly about it. "Don't understand, Donald, how much the Fat Controller relies on me." "Och, aye," muttered Donald sleepily. "I'm Great Westerner. Quack, quack, quack." "What?" "You heard. Quack, quack, you go. Sign you the leg lay. Now wheeze, and let an engine sleep." "Quack yourself," said Duck indignantly. He stayed awake, wondering how to pay Donald out. At last he said to himself sleepily, "Well, I'll drive her in the morning." He says I quack as if I'd laid an egg. Let's pay him up. "Quack, do you?" His fireman pondered. "I know," he said, and whispered. Duck giggled, and his driver slapped his leg in delight. "Just right," he dearly loved a joke. That night, Donald wouldn't sleep. He popped something into his water tank. "We've done it," they whispered to Duck. "They won't hurt her, will they?" asked Duck anxiously. "Bless you, no. They're both kind men. She'll come to no harm. The duckling popped out of Donald's tank at the first water stop. Both driver and fireman goggled with surprise. But Donald laughed. "I don't at all who's behind this," he said, and told them what had happened in the shed. The duckling was tame. She shared the driver and fireman's sandwiches and rode in the tank, quacking at intervals. The other engines enjoyed teasing Donald about it. Presently, however, she hopped off at a stick. And as they couldn't wait to catch her, there she stayed. Before they reached her, Donald, his driver and fireman consulted together and made a plan. At night, Donald, driver and fireman got busy. When Doug's crew arrived to look him over in the morning, he found something which made them laugh till they cried. "Look, Doug," they said, "look what was under your bunker, a nest box with an egg in it." Doug peered at it, unbelieving. Donald opened a sleepy eye. "You didn't say," he exclaimed. "Do you mind what I said, Doug? You must have laid it this night, all unbeknown." Then Doug laughed too. "You win, Donald," he said. "It'd take a clever engine to get the better of you." The duckling settled in the station, became a pet with passengers and staff. She carefully inspects all parcels and luggage and sees that the porters stow them properly in the van. When she wants a swim, she flies to a nearby pond, and always returns to welcome the train. He stands by the cab, quacking imperiously, till driver or fireman gives her something to eat. Donald is her favorite, and she sometimes allows him to give her a ride. Always gets on at her own station. Station calls her Dilly. To everyone, she is all Donald Duck. Story 2. Resource and Sagacity. Oliver is a Great Western tank engine. The other railway wanted to scrap him, so he ran away. Isabel, his faithful coat, came too, and so did Toad, a brake van. The last moment they were nearly caught, but Douglas saved them. The bat controller was pleased and said that when Oliver was mended, he could help Duck with his branch line. "We'll give you Great Western colours like Duck," said the company. "That will help you forget your trouble." "Oh, thank you," said Oliver happily. Duck's branch starts from the big station. When Oliver started work, he often met other engines there. They all wanted to know about his adventures. Amazing thing they would remark. Oliver said James has resource and sagacity put in for him. He is an example to us all. "You're too kind," giggled Oliver modestly. But he was only a tank engine after all. No big engine had ever said admiring things to him before. I'm sorry to say that it made him puffed up in the smoke box. The fat controller rescued another coat called Dulcie. She trundled along with Isabel. Oliver sang, "Oh, Isabel the bunny coach, and so is Dulcie too. I didn't look after them, they not know what to do." Just listen to Dulcie. He's proud, he's conceited, he's heading for trouble, Isabel said to the night. "I feel it in my brains," she shrieked as they rounded the curve. Oliver just laughed. "Henry says I'm amazing. Why, what do I care for trouble? I just push it aside." All trucks are bad behaved. Ballast is worst of all. Donald, Douglas, and Doug warned Oliver about it. You think I can't manage, he said huffily. Gordon knows better. He says I'm sagacious. You may be good gracious, but say no more, Duck. It might be a pity, but the wee engine will just have to learn. Today, Oliver took the trucks by himself for the first time. He pulled the loaded ones to a siding and pushed the empties to the chute. Then he came back full of colour to take the loaded wagons away. The loaded trucks were comfortable and didn't want to leave. They had just realized, too, that they had a different engine. Duck, we know they grumble, and Donald, and Dudley. What right has Oliver to poke his bundle in here? Look sharp, folks, Oliver. Smart me there. That's not the way to speak. For you, Mum. The trucks moved off easily, and Oliver thought he had them in control. Trucks, he told himself proudly, daren't play tricks on me. I'll arrange them on the middle road, start away as soon as Duck arrives. I can't understand why he says they're so troublesome. They reached the station first. Oliver's brakes came on with a groan. The brakes were useless against loaded, surging trucks. He pushed forward, yelling, "On! On! On!" Oliver fought hard. Still they forced him on, and on, and on. Their efforts slackened at last. I'm winning, he gasped, but it was too late. One moment his rear wheels were on the rail, the next they had none. He was bunker down in the turntable well, a deluge of ballast around him. When Duck arrived, he was stopped outside the station, flagged to the platform. He surveyed directly. Hello, Oliver, here, Mark. You're being a good gracious engine. Beg pardon, of course. But we don't really like that sort of surprise. Donald and Douglas will miss their turntable. Later that day, Donald and Douglas spoke pungently of Scott, and the Fat Controller spoke pointedly in English. All three left Oliver in no doubt at all. So far from being sagacious, he was a very silly engine. Story 3. Toad Stands By. When Oliver came home again, the trucks sang rude songs. They were led by Scruffy, Private O'Connor. Oliver's no use at all, thinks he's very clever, says that he can manage us, that's the best joke ever. When he orders us about with the greatest quality, we just push him down the well, pop goes the dolly. The engines bumped them. Shut up, they ordered. But they couldn't be everywhere. And everywhere they went, the trucks began again. At last they gave it up. We're sorry, Oliver, they said. It's really my fault, he answered sadly. I'm worried, Mr. Douglas, said Toad next morning. This nasty spirit of disrespect for him. Where's it going to end? Dear knows, said Douglas gloomily. It must be stopped before it gets worse. I believe Mr. Oliver can do it. Maybe so, but how? I've a plan, Mr. Douglas. May I stay here today and help him? We are both Great Western and must stand together. Would you ask him before you go to favour me with a word? I'll take you to him, but he's always smart about the work he had made. No, Doc, Toad's right. This trouble is my fault. I must put it right. I meant no disrespect, you understand. Of course not, Toad. Anyway, driver says the same, and he's arranged it with station master. Very well, Oliver. but I'm at home. My passengers will be waiting. Don't forget Stepney's tip about end. Lay it on the rails as you back down, and roll it firm with your wheels. You'll get a splendid grip that way. Good luck. We three will be there to cheer you on while you give those trucks a lesson. So long, smiled Oliver bravely. He got dreadfully nervous inside. I expect, Mr. Oliver, you'll want to be on the middle road as a stop block. Yes, please. Oliver marshalled the worst truck 2 by 2 in front of two. This way, Mr. Oliver, takes longer. You can't give trouble. If you leave that scruffy till last, you'll have him behind you. Then you can bump him if he starts his nonsense. Doug arrived to find them ready and waiting. 3 cheers for Oliver and Toad, he called. Alice and Mirabelle responded with a will. And so, wonderingly, did the passenger. Hold back, whispered Scruffy. The trucks giggled as they passed the way. Oliver dug his wheels into the sand and gave a mighty heave. Oh, groaned Scruffy. His couplings tightened. He was stretched between Oliver and the truck. I don't like this. Go in, yelled Duck. Well done, boy, well done. Ow, wailed Scruffy. But no one bothered about him. Ow, I'm coming apart. Came a rending, splitting crash. Oliver shot forward suddenly. Scruffy's front end bumped behind his bunker. Scruffy's leg spread itself over the track. Well, Oliver, so you don't know your own strength. Is that it? No, sir, said Oliver nervously. The Fat Controller inspected the remains. As I thought, rotten wood, rusty frame, unserviceable before it came. He winked at Oliver and whispered, Don't tell the trucks that. Bad for discipline. He strode away chuckling. Nowadays, Oliver ever takes trucks when the other engines are busy. They always behave well. Take care when Mr. Oliver they call each other. He's strong, he hit. You play tricks on him, you'll likely put him in arm. Story 4. Bulgy. It was bank holiday morning. The small railway engines were working hard. Their station was crowded. No sooner had one train started than another was filled, waiting to go. Duck, Oliver, Donald and Douglas were busy too. But they had not brought everybody. The yard was full, parked cars and empty. Duck was waiting for his turn. Alice and Mirabelle complained of the heat, so he backed them into the goods shed while he basked outside in the sun. Near him stood a huge red bus. He'd never seen it before. The bus watched the passengers happily milling round the small railway. Stupid nonsense, he grumbled. Wouldn't have brought him if I'd known. I'd have had a breakdown or something. I'm glad you didn't, smiled Duck. You'd have spoiled their fun. Look how they're enjoying themselves. Pah, snorted the bus. Enjoyment's all you engines live for. Taking the petrol from the tanks of us workers. Come the revolution, he went on fiercely. Railways will be ripped up. Cars and coaches will trample their remains. Free the roads, he growled. Free the roads from railway to... At the passing station, Duck told Oliver about the bus. I call it Bulgy, he chuckled. He's painted bright red and shouted down with railway. Next time they met, Oliver didn't laugh. Bulgy's friend has come. He's red and rude too. He's taking Bulgy's passengers home. so as to leave him free to steal iron. But he can't object it down. I just want to go to the big station. Bulgy bets he can get there before I. Rubbish. Much further by road. I never looked anxious. No. Bulgy says he knows a shortcut. That evening, Donald, Oliver and Duck were preparing for the homeward ride. Duck's train was to be first home, but he had few passengers. He soon found out why. Look, shrilled Oliver, look at Bulgy, the mean scarlet deceiver. Bulgy had turned to leave. They could now see his other side. And head on it, railway bar. Stop, yelled Starboard. Too late. Yeah, move. No, jeered Bulgy. You roar away. The unsuspecting passenger waved happily. Come on, Duck. He, Alice and Nobel, trundled unhappily away. Alice and Mirabelle chattered crossly. The nasty old thief, he's stolen our people, the nasty old thief, he's stolen our people. Duck wondered how to pay Bulgy out. The long, far-hairy man clambered up the embankment, waving a red scarf. Danger, he shouted. The line here crosses a narrow road. Duck came as close as he could. So this was Bulgy's shortcut. He chuckled. Bulgy was wedged under the bridge. Drivers of cars, trapped in front and behind, were telling him what they thought. Angry passengers, cornering the conductor, demanded their money back. From time to time, loosened bricks fell on Bulgy, making him yelp. Bulgy's passengers swarmed round Duck. He tricked us, they complained. He said he was a railway bus, but wouldn't accept our return ticket. He wanted us to think railways are no good. Please help us. Duck's crew examined the bridge. It's risky, they said, but we must help the passengers. Passengers are urgent to bring Duck. Besides, he chuckled, it'll bring Bulgy out. They laughed and told the passengers to wait on the other side of the bridge. Tom, wailed Bulgy. It might fall on me. That, said Duck severely, would serve you right, but don't walk. Bulgy howled when he felt the bridge quiver, but he didn't collapse. Duck made good time to the big station, and all passengers caught their train. The Bat Controller arranged a shuttle service on the run. Passengers changed trains with Bulgy's bridge. Bulgy had to stay till it was mended, but he never learned sailing. He told whoppers till no one could believe his destination for. No passengers could travel. He has a hen house now, in a field beside the railway. If he still told whoppers, they could do no harm. The hens never listened to them anyway. Lost in. An engine lost in the South American jungle for 30 years. The tree had grown through its chimney. The hornet nested in its firewall. When mended, it gave good service for 30 more years. Duke had lost too, not in the jungle, but in his own shed, which a landslide had buried. Not long ago, he was dug out and then the railway pulled up, so he is now at the pin controller. Duke looks like a real engine called Prim. See Prim running on his own railway, Portsmouth, in Wales. Small railway engine can be seen at Raven. Come on. Story 1. Grandpa.
So would I be right in saying that you enjoyed that? Yeah. I can't hear. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Now, as we approach the end of the evening, I'm fortunate to tell you we have one more thing for you. With our recent discovery of Gordon, and you might remember from last year, the first ever live adaptation of a Thomas episode as a handle, we might have potentially done some edits. So who would like to see that? I didn't quite hear you. I think I might be going deaf. Do you want to see that? Excellent. So ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gays, I give you Sir Handel.
Story 2. Sir Handel. The new engines looked very smart. One was called Sir Handel, and the other Peter Sack. What a small ship, thought Sir Handel. This won't do at all. I think it's nice, said Peter Sack. Oh, grunted Sir Handel. What's that rubbish? Shh, said Peter Sack. That's Scarloey, the famous home engine. I'm sorry, Scarloey, he whispered. Sir Handel's upset now, but he's quite nice, really. Scarloey felt sorry for Peter Sack. Now, Sir Handel, said the fireman next morning, we'll get you ready. I'm tired, he yawned. Let Peter Sam go. He'd love it. No, said the fireman. Owner's orders. You're first. Oh, well, said Sir Handel sulkily. I suppose I must. When his driver arrived, Sir Handel puffed away to fetch the coachee. Whatever next, he snorted. Those aren't coaches, they're cattle trucks. Oh, screamed Agnes, Ruth, Lucy, Jemima, and Beatrice. What a horrid engine! Not what I'm used to, clapped Sir Handel rebelliously, making for the station. He rolled to the platform just as Gordon did. Hello, he said. Who are you? I'm Gordon. Who are you? I'm Sir Henry. Yes, I've heard of you. You're an express engine, I believe. So am I. But I'm used to bogey coaches, not these cattle trucks. Do you have bogey coaches? Oh, yes, I see you do. We must have a chat sometime. Sorry I can't stop. Must keep time, you know. And he puffed off, leaving Gordon at a loss for words. Come on now, come on now, come on down, he puffed. Cattle trucks, grumbled the coaches. We'll pay him out, we'll pay him out. Presently, they stopped at a station. Get in quickly, please. The line curved here and began to climb. It was not very steep, but the day was misty and the rails were slippery. Can't wait here all day.
Hold back, whispered Agnes to Ruth. Hold back, whispered Ruth to Jemima. Hold back, whispered Jemima to Lucy. Hold back, whispered Lucy to Beatrice. And they giggled as the handle started.
Their couplings tightened.
Come on,
He puffed as his wheels slipped on the greasy rails.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Wheels were spinning. The coaches pulled him back. The train stopped on the hill beyond the station.
Can't do it, I can't do it, he grumbled. I'm used to sensible bogey coach, not these bumpy cattle tracks.
The guard came up. I think the coaches are up to something, he told the driver. So they decided to bring the train down again to a level piece of land to give the handball a good start. The guard helped the fireman put sand on the rails, and the handle made a tremendous effort. The coaches tried hard to drag him back, but he puffed and pulled so hard that they were soon over the top and away on their journey. The thin controller was severe with Sir Handel that night. You are a troublesome engine, he said. You are rude, conceited, and much too big for your wheels. Next time, I shall punish you severely. Sir Handel was impressed, and behaved well for several days. Then one morning, he took the train to the top station. He was cross. It was Peter Sam's turn, but the thin controller had made him go instead. We'll leave the coaches, said his driver, and fetch some trucks from the choir.
Trucks, snorted Sir Handel. Trucks.
Yes, his driver repeated. Trucks. I won't put dirty trucks. Sir Handel jerked forward. I won't, he muttered. So there. Lurched, bumped, and stopped. His driver and fireman got out. Told you, said Sir Handel triumphantly. Pushed the rails apart and settled down between them. They telephoned the thin controller. He came up at once with Peter Sam and brought some workmen in a truck. Then he and the fireman took Peter Sam home with the coachee, while the driver and workmen put the handle back on the rails. Sir Handel did not feel so pleased with himself when he crawled home and found the thin controller waiting for him. "You are a very naughty engine," he said sternly. "You will stay in the shed till I can trust you to behave."
Well, what an evening we have had, ladies and gentlemen. Have you enjoyed yourselves? Do you know what? I heard you that time, so I'm really, really pleased. Thank you so much for coming, and we will look forward to seeing you over the weekend at the Little Engines Weekend, where you can go to the shop, get t-shirts like this, and you'll have a fantastic weekend. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Night-night!
Uncle Charlie never seemed that bothered when they're going down there. Whether they're cooking breakfast on the shovel.
Ooh, yes. You call me a cold fried bacon.
And I'd come home looking a bit dusty. And mother would say, "I know where you've been."
Sequence cards day from different times.
Yeah.
It looks like he's changed his mind.
All the central stuff. On the layout right now, I think that's just going to be all.
It might work, yeah. 1949.
Full layout.
Yeah.
And other people have made railway series or even versions of the characters just without the smoke box, or just with the smoke boxes, so you can recreate the entire thing.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
That, by the way,
It's made from cardboard. I think there is a Railway Muddler article on. I think you can get it online.
Yes.
Well, Railway Muddler certainly has their own archive. You can subscribe to them.
Like 1950s one, isn't it? Or
59, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's January 59.
Yes, that's it. Because somewhere I've got the magazine myself. Yeah, it shows you that there's drawings in there and everything. It shows you how he did it and why he did it. What he did.
It did.
I think we're all still waking up,
Yeah.
including the layout.
Still on the backing signal.
See, you know yours. You're
Still all the original gubbins inside and everything.
That's fine. No, he's derailed again. Flick.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the brake.
There we go.
So unfortunately the trucks don't like playing with Stephanie.
Off you go, friend. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it's, yeah.
I think the top end's not quite hooking.
I might have put that one on the wrong way round. That'd be worth. Make sure. Come on, dear. There we go. No, okay, that's definitely on the wrong way round then.
That's tricks.
You sound ill again. So that's why it's not doing anything.
Okay, yeah, I was
Travel
wondering.
ready wagons from QA to the platform.
That's like gappable. I was like,
Yeah.
that's where he seems to be sitting.
It might be. It's not. I don't have it clean the track this morning. I didn't get the chance to.
Ah, it's but this seat on the tranky bar is really sort of spot like that. That's what you would have ice skating in.
Yeah. Oh, fine. Oh dear. Nope, you're not going to play ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when it's not time to leave yet.
That's a risky. That is a risky.
Hey, look at it.
That's a risky. That is.
Oh, that's Darlington. Waving at us. Just look out the window. Go past anyway, that's what it is. You press the button. Yeah. No, Gail's that.
I'm right here.
You don't want to see that. Then you come here. Don't stick your head out. Just look.
I can't see it.
Because it hasn't come yet.
Patience is a virtue. Oh, I see steam.
Oh, steam's coming. Wow. Yeah, oh, I see. Oh, yeah, I see. Hey, there it is.
A little bit special, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it a second and we'll get ready.
Now I wonder what it could be. Because at first I thought it could be the pilot, but no, we had the pilot recently, didn't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we did. And then I've been scratching ever since. I don't know what it is. This is all new to me. This is all new to me. But the man, the magician, the wizard that is Luke Ryan is about to show us.
We've kept a tight lid on it. It's quite old, and I'll be honest, I never thought we would see it. Thought it was lost, been thought lost for about 20 years. But the thing in question is 70 years old, and now it is time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gays, please, I'm going to need a countdown from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think it's safe to say a few of you might know what it is.
That he is. Gordon is definitely alive, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. So, another round of applause, please, for Gordon, the big engine!
Yeah, this model was built 70 years ago by the Reverend Wilbert Awdry himself, and was last sighted fittingly in Barrow-in-Furness at a model railway show about 20 years ago. And we were very, very fortunate that he's been safe and sound and was rediscovered earlier this year, and we're so happy to finally share him with you. And if you are booked into the exhibition over the weekend, he'll be in there. You get to come and see him up close and personal. I think it's around 1 o'clock-ish, 1:30. There'll be a chance to see him down at the test track as well at Wharf, for those who are booked into the exhibition as well. So everyone will get a chance to see Gordon. But now we are going into a break. We'll leave him there for anyone to get photos. But yeah, if you want to.
I was going to